cet automne.
Mesdames et messieurs les photographes, encore quelques instants.
So a few more minutes for the photographers. So could the photographers be kind enough to return to their seats?
Please,
The picture with you 2 years ago.
go to your seats so that the press conference can start in due time. Thank you very much. All right, well, it certainly is a pleasure and an honor to introduce the jury and a member of the Cannes Film Festival's 72nd edition. 4 women, 4 men, 7 nationalities, but one common bond. All are strong, committed artists, ready to share this passion for cinema with you. Let me turn first to the president of the jury, one of today's most beloved and respected filmmakers. History is also in the making as we speak, for this is the first time ever that Cannes presidents is given to a Latino-American filmmaker. Beautiful, isn't it? Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mexican director, producer, and screenwriter Alejandro González Iñárritu. Yes. To our president's left, this lady is an American director, screenwriter, and editor, and also a key figure in the US independent scene. In her own singular way, she has become one of the best chroniclers of the American experience. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm hand to Kelly REICHARDT. Next to her, a man who was born in Tito's Yugoslavia discovered the world of comics in Paris and became an international award-winning author of graphic novels. Expanding into other art forms, he wrote and directed 3 films, exploring time and space in many dimensions. He's an officer of the Order of Arts and Letters, and to many, is simply cult. Enki, BILAL. Sitting to his left, this Italian director and screenwriter saw 3 of her many dreams come true in Cannes. Heavenly Body at the Director's Fortnight, The Wonders, who won the Grand Prix, and of course, last year, Happy as Lazzaro, who won the Best Screenplay Award. Please welcome an inspiring woman director and a true force on the Italian auteur scene, Alice ROHRWACHER. Next to her, this French director, screenwriter, and editor with 120 beats per minute became overnight sensation in Cannes and really, really had all our hearts beating. Verdict of the jury, Grand Prix. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome French director CAMPILLO. To our president's right, a Senegalese actress and director who, through documentaries she wrote and directed, through stage and film choices, has become a unique voice in Africa. She recently won the 2015 FESPACO Award for Best Actress in Sékou Traoré's powerful film, Eye of the Storm, and dedicated her prize to women worldwide. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a very warm welcome to Maimouna Ndiaye. Sitting next to her, this Greek director, screenwriter, and producer can only have fond memories of a festival which embraces poetic strangeness and flawed sacrificial heroes. Last year, his favorite received 10 Academy Awards nominations and won Best Actress for Olivia Colman. Ladies and gentlemen, of course, this is Yorgos Lanthimos. To his right, the jury's teen spirit. She was 7 when Alejandro González Iñárritu cast her as Kate Blanchett and Brad Pitt's daughter in Pawel, a royal entrance.
That made me old.
Well, not that old. A royal entrance into the movie world, right? This young American actress, since then, has walked Cannes red carpet 3 times and is one of the most versatile and intriguing talents of her generation. Ladies and gentlemen, the young American actress, Elle Fanning. Last but not least, obviously, a Polish director and screenwriter, the Polish vibe of this jury, who showed with a wonderful film called Cold War how love might not be possible in impossible hard times. Cold War, of course, won Best Director Award in Cannes in 2018. Ladies and gentlemen, give a warm hand to Pawel Pawlikowski. And of course, as we said, this is time for you to share your passion for cinema with this wonderful jury and the members. The floor is yours. Yes,
Hi, Chris Knight, National Post and Post Media Canada. Warm welcome to all the members of the jury today, and a particular thank you to Mr. IñÁRRITU for your virtual reality exhibit 2 years ago at Cannes. It was heartbreaking and fantastic in equal measure. It was really a beautiful thing. And I'd like to address my question to you as well. You have a history at Cannes in competition, breaking ground as a Mexican director. You're now on the other side of that process, sitting in judgment of other films, and I'm wondering what you plan to bring to being the head of the jury this year. Did you understand how the jury worked when you were being judged, and how will you make this jury work to try and judge all the great filmmakers this year? Thank you.
Well, I thank you very much. It's an honor, first of all, to be here in the Cannes Film Festival, representing such an amazing filmmakers, colleagues, friends that I have admired their work, and basically we together will figure out a way to get to the best way to identify what really strikes us more deeply, humanly, emotionally, intellectually, what provoke us more, what disturb us more, what comfort us more. I don't know how it's going to work, to tell you the truth. I have never been a president. I have never controlled anything, even my sets, not my family, nothing. So to be a president is one of the most awkward kind of situation. And Mexican president, it's dangerous, I have to say. But I have to say that I couldn't be more excited to find out a way and to share every day with all my fellow jury members how to be exposed. We will be definitely moved, we will be shaken during the next 10 days, and to use our heart, first of all, to, in a way, I will not call it judgment, I don't like to judge films. I would like just to be impregnated by them and then to react to them and to share, and then to figure out what really can be a pattern that we all can really be in a frequency that we feel that it's the best. But honestly, I always felt that competition sometimes sometimes very difficult or childish in a way, because there are so many films from so many great directors competing this year. It's such an amazing selection that I think we're going to have a very, very, very intense, hard, passionate, but we will be devoted to it. Very, very excited about it.
Question.
Hi, I'm David from Movieview China. My question is for Elle. Being the youngest member of this jury, I was wondering, would you want to bring this jury to kind of, in a way, represent your generation?
Yes, I was in complete shock when I got that phone call and that question to if I wanted to be a member of the Cannes jury. I think I was in disbelief. I think I'm still feeling that buzz and that feeling just to be sitting up here with these incredible artists, and we all met, you know, and came together last night, and it was a really beautiful dinner and beautiful time. And yes, I think I don't know. I mean, I definitely am young, but I started acting very young as well, and I've been on a lot of movie sets and started off with literally like one of the best. So I feel just really honored, and it's, you know, I also feel proud to represent a young voice in this festival and get to be a young audience member and view the movies from those eyes. And so I feel, yeah, I'm excited to get to do that. Thank you.
Question here.
Hello everybody. Alejandro, ¿cómo estás? Silvestre López Portillo de México. Primero que nada, muchas felicidades. I would like to know, obviously, me gustaría, por favor, si pudieras contestar en español, ¿qué se siente ser el primer mexicano y el primer latinoamericano como presidente del jurado? Y segunda, ¿cómo ves el cine mexicano en la actualidad?
And how do you view Latin American cinema at present?
President of the jury, how do you see the Mexican cinema right now? Felicidades, de verdad.
Gracias.
Un orgullo.
Bueno, en español te voy a contestar esta. Me siento extremadamente orgulloso, honrado y privilegiado de poder representar el jurado este año en Cannes. Cuando vine aquí hace 20 años con Amores Perros en la Semana de la Crítica, jamás hubiera imaginado poder algún día ser nombrado presidente. Entonces, evidentemente, es un gran honor y representando también a México.
And it's a great honor to represent
about
Mexico.
The second question about what is the state of cinema, that's a very complex. We're going to stay here for 3 hours, I guess, debating that. But I would like to say that the state of the cinema, it's very powerful, and I think very, you know, the rich lands of cinema that are capable of incredible, you know, infinite forms of expression through genres and cultures, I think is very healthy. I think what really is at stake now is basically the way we are experience it. You know, I think there are great films all around the world. The way is how they access to everybody, and I am a true believer that to watch is not to see a film. To watch is something, to see is another thing, and to see is not to experience something. And cinema was born to be experienced, right? In a communal experience. And I do not have nothing against to watch anything in a phone, in an iPad, in a computer. I sometimes do it with my headphones, and I can enjoy it. But I know that watch a film there is not the same if I will have experienced that. So what I'm saying, one should not cancel the other. And as I was saying the other day to a friend, if somebody 200 years from now will come alive and see myself listening to Beethoven in my car with 4 ridiculous speakers, he will say, "Are you crazy? You are listening to this in these shitty speakers?" And I will say, "Yes, it's great. What is wrong with that?" But it will be a very disastrous situation if there will not be an opportunity to hear a whole 100 people orchestra playing in a concert hall. And I think we need to find a way to, in this time that there's a lot about diversity and inclusiveness, we have to, in a way, include those films that they can be exhibited around the world. Because France is an exception, that they protect that as a plant that is very fragile. But I always ask how many of these films that we will see in the next 10 days, in this one of the last space that we can enjoy these filmmakers around the world, how many of these films will be exhibited in the world, especially in Mexico? There are few art cinemas owners that are really heroes. And then obviously Netflix has been doing a great job because they have been capitalizing the lack of these films, and they are basically included in the TV. So it's great that they exist in TV, but why not to give the choice to people to experience cinema? So to answer the question, I think the production, the distribution, and the exhibition has been hegemonized this. They have been homogenic in a way. They have to be a way to get down there. The state of the cinema, I think, as never, there's so many productions, there's so many talented people, so many young people doing great things in different media, from TV phones to any media, I don't care, that's great. Is hopefully we'll find a way to really give choices and the right to people to not let die the communal experience of seeing the form of cinema in their own language and the visual grammar that it deserves. That's what I really think is the most crucial state at this moment.
Question ici. Hola. Soy periodista de la televisión georgiana y usted es mi director favorito y es un poco increíble en este
It's quite incredible at present for me
tener la posibilidad
to have the possibility to speak
Ahora
with
mi
you.
pregunta es,
My question is as follows. In this festival, we have the most famous directors like Almodovar, Ken Loach, and others. Choosing the best from among them will be very difficult, I think. And of course, it will be important to choose the best film. How do you think you're going to go about this, in fact, choosing the best amongst equals?
First of all, I will not give the award. We all will do that. I think it will be basically one of the things that is very important is I would like to see the films as if we will not know who directed. You know, I think no time, no experience, no name, no fame, no gender, nothing should be taken there. I think for respect of cinema and for the people who made it, I think we should just judge a film by the film itself, by the art itself. That will have to be devoted to that. That's the most important thing. Not other fame or name will be basically influence any decision of that for sure.
Question from Brazil here, Rodrigo. A question to Enki Bilal, please. You are respected worldwide as an important reference of illustration, drawings, etc., but you are also a genius as a writer. And I would like to understand your point of view as a jury of your expectations concerning screenwriting from the films you're going to judge here. And if you could add a few words about the relation that we have nowadays between comic books and the cinema industry. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. I'll speak in French. You know why? Because we're in France and we have to preserve French language. So, no, the problem is that I think you'll understand me better by translator, okay? Thank you for the question.
First of all, I'm deeply flattered to be a member of the jury.
De ce jury, évidemment, en tant
qu'auteur, as an author, as a storyteller, as someone who looks at the world in general, I think the links between all creators, be it in the cinema or in writing, comics, the links are this world which we live in and which we also shape. We artists try to understand the world and we try to make it intelligible to others. And here, in terms of the selection, there's a very wide range of topics, a huge number of countries. There are people and films from all horizons, and that's very interesting and important. Similarly, we come from different cultures, although we all feel very close, and we are united by our love to show, to film, and to express ourselves as artists. For me, therefore, we all share these very same reasons which make us love the cinema. I know some very great filmmakers who are great connoisseurs and who love comics as well. And I think this link has always existed between artistic expression in terms of drawing and narrative, because writing is a very hybrid art. The comics as well, and the cinema also has become very complex, very inventive. There are lots of special effects which provide a new dimension, which sometimes may hide the actual expression of the artist. And that's why Cannes is here. Cannes shows that the cinema, that can be very little money, very little, very few means, but a lot of strength and imagination.
Good afternoon. My name is Chaz Ebert from the Chicago Sun-Times and RogerEbert.com. My question, at this point in our history, with so much happening in the world, and in my country, the president is saying he wants to build a wall against Mexico. What does it mean to be the first Mexican president of the Cannes jury, and to sit on a jury with 4 women jurors and 4 male jurors as well this year, especially?
Well, thank you. I think that speaks by itself. You know, I couldn't feel better. That's why I think it's the fact that we are here is a statement itself of how the really world think about it. I did. Somebody was mentioned. I have the privilege to bring in 2017 this virtual reality installation that I did called Carne y Arena, and that was basically the way I respond to what I think is happening, not only in the United States and Mexico border, I think in all the borders in the world. It's, for me, that work that I did was a way for me to express how wrong, how cruel, how dangerous it is to be making those assessments and pointing out and blame the most fragile, the most poor, the more needed people in the world, you know, running out from poverty and violence and rape and basically a survival mode to put themselves, risking their lives. And people lose their lives and disappear in the sand, in the deserts, or they dissolve in the water, in the ocean here. And the world is melting. And these guys are basically ruling with, you know, rage and angriness and lies, and they are basically stating or writing fiction and making people believe that those are real things and facts. So I think the only thing I personally can react to is, I'm not a politician, but as an artist, I can basically just express through my job. And with the heart open, just basically what I think, and to be truthful to what I lived through this work that I did with the immigrants and knowing them well and the realities and understanding them. Because I think that the problem is what is happening, I felt, is the ignorance. People does not know, so it's very easy to manipulate. And that's why, again, I come back to the fact that not having films of all around the world being shown in the United States or in Mexico, where you isolate nationalistically people just identifying with themselves, is a very dangerous thing, because then we cannot consider the otherness as we. So anyway, I am absolutely basically against what is happening all around the world, and I expect that there will be something happen that will stop this dangerous thing that can return to us to 1939. You know, we know how this story ends if we keep with that rhetoric. And we forgot very easily that, you know, 1,500 years ago we were with the Greeks, and 1,000 years later we were in the Middle Ages, you know, and we lost all that. How that happened? We think that we are evolving with the technology and social media, but it seems that every tweet is a break of isolation and attached ideological things, and is creating a lot of isolation and threat, and you know, a lot of paranoia about it. So anyway, that's what I think.
We're talking about women in this jury panel, and I see you nodding, Alice, Kelly, and also Maimouna, but I haven't seen you talk a lot, and I was wondering what was going on in your mind? How did you feel at the eve of the festival, seeing all these films? And what do you expect, each of you, from this unique experience, which is to be part of the Cannes Film Festival jury. Who wishes to start? All right. Maimouna, let's start.
Okay. Bonjour, je vais parler en français.
Good afternoon, I'll be speaking in French.
Moi, ça fait, disons, 2 semaines que je
Well,
suis
for the
dans tous mes
last
états.
2 weeks, I've been in a complete
C'est pas seulement la
state.
veille.
Not just, it didn't start just this evening. Ever since I received a phone call asking whether I would be available to be part of a jury, I said yes, because I know there are different categories in the Cannes Film Festival. So I said yes, in a very innocent way. And 2 hours later, I was called from Paris to say, oh, you really hide things. You're very secretive. You didn't tell us that you were going to be on the Cannes Film Festival jury. And then my heart suddenly started to beat at twice its normal pace. Now I feel reassured because I'm with a lot of classmates, and it's a great honor for me. It's a source of tremendous pride. I know that there are a lot of people here in Europe and in my country, in Burkina Faso, or elsewhere in Africa. There are a lot of people who feel very proud through me. And I do indeed hope that I will live up to this pride and bear justice to all these people who have supported me. And I'm looking forward to seeing a lot of very good films. The great family of the cinema, I hope, will grow ever bigger. And I do indeed hope that all my classmates will have an opportunity to come and shoot a film in Africa.
Well, Kelly Richard, I mean, what's the feeling? What do you expect from this experience, if anything at all?
I'm looking forward to be honest, to when we are just getting in the dark room and watching films. And it's the first time not trying to get out of jury duty. Yes, so often when you're making a film, you're not really watching films, and so I'm excited to suddenly be handed the opportunity to watch 21 films and to talk about them with people that are from all over and that I'm just meeting. And I'm also looking forward to the time when we come and we don't have to say the women directors and the women as a woman. You know, I'm looking forward to that time also. And I'm very honored to be here.
Yeah. Thank you, Kelly. And Alice, how does it feel suddenly, after all you lived, very lucky times indeed for you, but how does it feel suddenly to be, you know, the other side of it all?
Which language?
Français, italien, vous voulez.
J'ai peur que je dois dire les mêmes choses.
Well, I think I'm going to say pretty much what's already been said. In other words, it's a great honor.
Belle responsabilité.
It's a wonderful responsibility. I'm very pleased to be part of this jury. I have the impression that I'm going to learn a very great deal as a spectator as well. I'm here as a spectator.
Par rapport à Et je suis aussi contente.
And I'm also very pleased.
Vous m'avez demandé par rapport à les femmes.
You asked me about women.
On vient tout le temps nous questionner comment est-ce que c'est
People
être
keep asking
une femme
us what's it like being a woman director.
Et c'est un peu. Je suis contente de voir qu'on est bien représenté.
To see that we're well represented here. In fact, there is an equal number of men and women.
C'est un peu drôle parce que c'est comment de demander à
quelqu'un qui a
superé un naufrage.
A bit like asking someone who survived a shipwreck why he's still alive.
Tout le monde arrive sur la plage, te demande pourquoi tu es vivant.
Is swept up onto the beach and we're suddenly asked, well, why are you still alive? Well, ask the person who built the boat. Ask the person who sold the tickets to board the boat. Ask the schools. Ask the people behind the scenes. We're often
Et tous les fois qu'on arrive au dernier moment de
questioned
process,
at the
comme dans le
very
festival, il
last
y a pas assez de
time.
femmes. Mais c'est
And
pas
people suddenly, towards the end of the festival,
dernier
suddenly say,
moment
oh, there haven't been
qu'il faut
enough
réparer les
women.
choses.
But
Il
it's
faut
not at the very
vraiment
end that you should raise
regarder
these issues.
au
You
début
need to
d'un
talk
procès.
about the very beginning of the
Et
chain,
je sens
the
que
very
c'est un
beginning of the
procès qui est en
procedure.
train d'être
And I
révélé.
think that this is a
Et
procedure
par rapport
or
à ça,
a
je suis
chain that's
contente d'être
beginning to
là,
change, and I'm very pleased,
soit
therefore,
comme
to be here
spectatrice,
as a
soit comme
spectator
réalisatrice,
and as a
soit
film
comme femme.
director.
Il y a eu du progrès parce que la question sur les femmes et
Progress has
les hommes
been
n'est pas
made.
venue tout
The
de suite
question
au
about
début.
men and
Vous voyez,
women
il y a
wasn't asked at the
déjà
very
un
beginning, so you can
progrès.
see that this already denotes
Question.
progress. Any questions?
Bonjour, Brian Johnson de Maclean's Magazine and, sorry, why am I speaking French? Maclean's Magazine and the Walrus Magazine in Canada. Last year, at the end of last year's Cannes Festival, Cate Blanchett, in explaining why she gave an honorary Palme d'Or to Jean-Luc Godard, said something quite extraordinary. She said, after we saw his film, we saw all the other films differently, which introduces the notion that the festival itself is a kind of narrative, and that the films are, if you like, characters of sorts, and films talk to one another. They influence one another. I don't know what kind of experience you all had on other juries, but I'd be curious to know, beginning with you, Mr. IñÁRRITU, but anybody else who wants to respond to this question. Yes, we don't just sort of decide we don't judge just quality, we judge impact, thematic importance, all kinds of qualities that the films have vis-a-vis one another. So how do you judge films relatively to each other in that way, and do you see them as influencing one another?
Well, I think that will be a process that we will be about to discover from tonight. Definitely, it will be a journey. It will be an emotional journey. As I said, we will be struck. The film will hit us differently. We will share that impact. And as you said, there is I see it as a great dinner, like a buffet, it's so many plates that obviously the flavor of one will affect the next one. And there's no time to have the sorbet to clean your tongue. So we will have to figure out a way, but definitely, yeah, there's an inside narrative. It's like when you play an album, the decision of which song you hear first and the other one, obviously it has an impact too. So we will figure out, and I cannot answer exactly how it's gonna go, but we will learn, and we will be changed, we will be transformed, definitely, and we will grow as filmmakers, I'm sure. That's one of the reasons that I accept this job, because I want to grow with this such an amazing, the state of the film condition is answered here with these people, so talented from every place, from every gender. So to grow with them and to learn from them and be moved and be transformed, that will be the part of the journey. And again, as Kelly was saying, I think the most difficult part is the winner is, right? I hope that will never arrive, she said. All the winners are already there. But anyway, we will have to figure out the best way to answer that question. You know?
Ici. Hello, everybody. I'm Pawlikowu from Greece. Don't worry, I'm not going to start speaking in Greek. Thank you, everybody, for all the great cinematic moments that you have given us through the years, and we're looking forward to your selection. It's a question for Yorgos, of course. Hi, Yorgos. I would like to ask you, I was here 10 years ago, when you were here 10 years ago, and this past decade was when you were internationally introduced for your work. And allow me a nostalgic question. How do you feel about these last 10 years of your life and being here among this esteemed company? And what are you looking forward to gain from that experience this year? Thank you.
Already 10. Yeah, for all of us. Yeah, it's a strange journey to be here for the first time, trembling, presenting your film, and I mean I didn't even realize at that time what Cannes was, and I had never had any similar experience. So it's definitely been a journey, making more films and presenting them, and of course. The stress and the weight never goes away when you present your film. So I'm really happy that I'm this time around I'm visiting the festival in this wonderful position of just being able to watch films But at the same time, there's a different kind of, as many of the others already spoke to it, but there's the responsibility of how do you watch films and how you remain open, and hopefully we will learn from each other. And I think that might be the most valuable experience, because I think most people have a set way of seeing things. And when you enter in such a structure with so many different people from different backgrounds and cultures and very creative people, there might be an opportunity to learn and allow yourself to see things differently. And hopefully that's what's going to happen. Thank you.
Thank you very much. This is the end of our press conference. Thank you so much for being with us today. Thank you for bringing all these cultures to the Cannes Film Festival and your specific voices. Merci.
Nice to meet you. I'm sorry. No, I have an offer. I know from Saloniki. Thessaloniki? Yeah, I'm Romanian, but I work in Saloniki.